Hey, welcome back everybody to B-Wing Celebration Day and the arrival of the new Home 1 meta. Absolutely no joke about that. So I made two videos because I was absolutely in complete disbelief, despite understanding the kits, that Home 1 would indeed authentically trigger its ultimate on like the first turn of the game. And that is indeed what happens. It really does. In fact, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do it twice, back to back. Ultimate followed by an ultimate. But anyway, hey, so I've been testing this thing all day long, like nonstop. With that, a whole lot of crystals died to bring you this information, so I would appreciate a like and subscribe. Seriously, I'm up to like the 200 refresh now in here, and I was refreshing just to eliminate time, not just to refresh battles, so I spent a lot, so I do appreciate the like and subscribe. I'm going to show you how to consistently beat the Executor 3 attacker lineup. It is not as intuitive as you might think. There are some other great videos out today that I think are doing it wrong. I ran the battle about 15 times, no joke about that, and I think I know the way to do it correctly. Also, I want to give a big shout out to a couple people in my shard here, specifically Tom Riddle and Grant Omega. You two have been truly amazing. Thank you so much, Tom Riddle. Slytherin, baby, right there, Slytherin behind me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to share, I would love to do some live matches, but I've exhausted all the crystals I'm willing to spend, so once again, please give me that like and subscribe. But the first thing I would like to do is I would like to share how to ultimate back to back. And this is really, really rockin' cool. Okay, how to ultimate back to back. So what happens, and just for the uninitiated here, what happens is the battle starts, and as long as you have the B-Wing in your reinforcements right here, as long as you get that B-Wing in reinforcements, it takes a turn starting the battle off. In fact, I have a really nifty graphic of this. I don't know where I've put my graphic. It's on Reddit. You can go check it out. But anyway, it's an infographic explaining this. So the Home 1 gets a turn. It immediately calls the B-Wing to reinforce. And when the B-Wing reinforces right here, it triggers Home 1 to take another turn, and it just ultimates. Okay. Now, what's really, really, really OP about this, besides the fact that that ultimate gives all of your ships 2 turns, is that whenever the B-Wing attacks out of turn, it reduces all cooldowns on Home 1 by 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to run against the triple attacker Executor with the Ghost and not Biston. We're going to actually swap that out for Cassian. Now, why are we running Cassian in there? We're running Cassian because Ghost and Cassian can both target a attack out of turn from the B-Wing, and with the Home 1 ultimate, they're going to do it twice. So 2 assists from Ghost, 2 assists from Cassian. That's going to be 4 cooldown reductions. If you are paying attention to the Raven's Claw's mechanics. Now, the Raven Claw on basic, if you're targeting an enemy with target lock, which you should be doing whenever possible, it will double tap, dispel the enemy, and call an assist. If you're lucky, you get more assists from B-Wing throughout the battle, and Home 1 drops its cooldowns even more. On top of that, when you're opening the first move of the game, you frequently, if you, like, for example, if you're running these 3 as your opening, you will often want to open with a basic on the Y-Wing, or the B-Wing. I'm going to have to take time to practice B-Wing. You got to start with a basic more often than not, because it's a 100% chance to target lock the enemy. And you need that target lock, because if you do not have that target lock, then the Raven's Claw is dramatically nerfed. Like, here we go. Let's go back here to Raven's Claw. This is, you got to understand this, folks. When attacking somebody with target lock, he attacks a second time and dispels buffs. But Jarvel, it doesn't say that. It says if he had foresight. That's right. He gets foresight when an enemy gets target locked. So you have to trigger target lock on the enemy to grant the Raven's Claw foresight to allow it to dispel on basic and attack twice, just like the Falcon, and to call a random non-scheduled rebel ally to assist, just like the Falcon. Further, the Raven's Claw is going to gain 50 speed when it's got that foresight, which is going to bump it up in turn orders, getting out ahead of a lot of your enemy fleets. So once again, you need that you need that foresight, which again is triggered by the taunt or the target lock. In addition, this move, the basic, is way more effective than the AoE, and that's probably what you're seeing most people doing is the AoE, because it makes sense that you want to remove turn meter, but no, you really don't. You want to ultimate back to back, and you want to kill targets quickly, and the way you kill targets quickly is to double tap with an assist, which is a 3 attack, not just hitting everybody once. Okay, so let's see that in action. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and fast forward on this for just a second. And here's my lineup that I'm going to run in there with. I think this is the final one. So Ghost, Cassian, Raven's Claw to start. And we're going to have the B-Wing. I did it again. I'm going to start slapping myself. I'm going to go with both of the X-Wings, even though we're not going to need them. And I think Biston, is that what we're going to do? Now, here we go. You can run the Falcon as a reinforcement. You absolutely can. The limitation on the B-Wing is that if the Falcon or the Outrider is on the battlefield, meaning one of your 3 deployed ships up here, it will not grant the bonus turn. But if they are in reinforcement, you're fine. So if you don't have Profundity, Falcon absolutely needs to be a reinforcement. Okay? Here we go. There we go. Yep, so we got Biston in reserve. And here's how this is going to go down. Turn 1, we're going to open up with the home one calling in the B-Wing. Actually, that's like, we're going to call that turn 0 because turn meter has not applied yet. Turn 0.1, the B-Wing is going to target the Raven's Razor Crest. Raven's Claw, Razor Crest. This gets confusing. So we want to gun down the Razor Crest. This is very important. The Razor Crest is actually a bigger threat here than is the punishing one, and it's easier to kill for whatever reason. I promise I have done this about 15 times today, and every single time I went after the punishing one, I got close to losing or I did lose. And what happens is when you target lock someone, the punishing one goes under stealth. I believe that's the mechanic. And the rebels tend to apply a lot of target lock, especially since B-Wing does it on basic. So when it goes under stealth, you have a harder time killing it and you've wasted a lot of attacks, and then it recovers health when the Executor heals it. However, the Razor Crest does not go under stealth, and therefore it is a much easier target. So we're going to basic. We are not going to be able to land a target lock yet because he has tenacity up. That's fine. We're also not going to waste our first special on him yet. Now, when he completes his turn, the home one gets the bonus turn, and we are, of course, going to ultimate. At this point, you're going to just use all of your specials to ensure that the B-Wing takes a turn, or an assist. So, Ghost targets the B-Wing. Everybody actually attacks. No problem. They all gain protection up, which is great. Look at all the foresight around there. See that? Foresight, foresight, foresight. There are more mechanics to enable foresight. But now the Raven's Claw has plus 50 speed and can ignore taunt. All right, we're going to do it a second time. Ooh, cooldown's -2. Now we got Cassian. Cassian is going to do a targeted attack with the B-Wing. Right there it is. Cooldown's -3. That's a nice hit. -6 stars. I can't wait for him to be 7 stars. And we're going to do it a 4th time. Haha, just like that, our attacks have now landed 4 cooldown reductions on the home one. Now notice the Raven's Razor Crest has died once. However, it's at full health. The cool thing is that we've got foresight over here, and the target is target locked, which, what does that mean, boys and girls? Call an assist and double tap. So here we go. Let's go double tappy. there it is. We got another assist, happened to be the B-Wing. And in this case, it could have been anybody. I don't care. We've already dropped the cooldowns, and all three of these are attackers, so they're all three going to do pretty decent damage. And again, basic, not AoE. It's basic. Now, we've taken them all, we've taken out the Razor Crest, and now the B-Wing gets a turn. Okay, so we're just gonna go after Xanadu. He is the next easier target. Now, here's an interesting thing. The move I just did right there, I think is bugged. It says deal physical damage to all enemies, gain critical damage up, so it means it needs to hit harder next turn. If the ally capital ship is blah, 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 if the enemy is already inflicted with evasion down, ability block them, and for one turn, and deal 100% more damage, 100% bonus damage. Well, how much damage did we just deal right there? We just did 18,000 to Xanadu, okay? 18,000. Now, at this point, we should have critical damage up. I don't recall, did we have it before? We did not have it before, okay? So 18,000, we're gonna do the same move again, and we did, I'm sorry, how much damage? Less. Where's that 100% bonus damage? I've been seeing this all day long, testing it all day long. That second hit is supposed to do 100% bonus damage, whatever that is, but it literally just did less damage. It also seems to rarely critically hit in my testing on that attack. I mean, that attack seems to be really, really low. Critical chance is only 33, so I guess it makes sense. But anyway, now we've had some turn meter advantage because anytime you gain target lock on an enemy, Biston is pumping out some turn meter to people, so Raven's Claw got to go again. We got another double tap right there. We got a little AoE. That's fine. Fun fact, the Executor tends to just gun down Biston or Ghost. It almost always ignores the other two. Biston and Ghost. And it generally goes after Ghost first. Doesn't matter which one it hits. All right, now we are back over here. We're gonna probably basic again. I don't remember. I might go with the AoE to cleanse. Yeah, there we go. Now, there it is. Home One's second official turn, and voila. The ultimate is ready once again. Now, with that ultimate ready to go again, we are just going to pwn. I still want to kill Xanadu, so I'm going to go for an AoE this time. Also because the first special was not available. Now that it is, guess what we're going to do? We're going to first special. Drop the cooldowns of Home One. Now we've got target lock on him again. We got foresight, so we're going to double tap with the basic, call an assist. We're going to do it again. Double tap, call in the assist. Come on. I had to think about it. I was wondering if I could kill him with the AoE. We got rid of the punishing one, and there's the win. So folks, that is the strategy. It is not that challenging. So you want double assists, perpetually targeting the B-Wing, and then you want to make sure, you want to absolutely critically make sure Raven's Claw is using its basic on targets of opportunity, meaning they have target lock, especially whenever it has foresight. I guess the foresight doesn't matter as much, except that it double taps. But yeah. So there you go. That is the process. Now, I've been doing that all day long. Okay, now what about Profundity? Profundity is really kind of hard as heck to beat. And I don't know that you can, but what I do know is that we can get close. And here's how. We're going to go in here, not with that lineup, but with this lineup. Now, if you're doing Home One against Profundity, I'm just going to assume you don't have a Profundity of your own, because if you did, you'd want to go Profundity versus Profundity with the TIE Bomber in reserve. There are plenty of other counters as well, but this is what is really interesting to note, is that the B-Wings bonus and the Home One's starting moves don't care what's in reserve. They didn't care. So put the TIE Bomber there. And this is what I'm discovering. I'm going to have to run this one a bit faster, or else we're going to be here all night. So we open up as before, except what we do not do is we do not call the B-Wing in. I know, what? Don't call the B-Wing? Yes, because what that's going to do is cause Home One to take a turn, and then you're going to want a master plan, but then master plan just goes, because it can't it can't apply bonus turn meter because Profundity stops turn meter. So instead, you call in the Imperial TIE Bomber. And what that does is it puts burning on the enemy fleet, and they can no longer assist, which slows them down, and it prevents the download speed from accumulating on the Profundity, so that you just don't they don't ultimate. So now we're just going to do everything we can to take out the Y-wing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we want to gun down the Y-wing. You can try to take out Outrider, but I found it's just not worth it. It just heals up too quickly. And so, yeah, we're just going to go over there. And I'm experimenting still with what lineup is ideal. I don't know if this is the ideal lineup, but we are just going to try to triple attack. We're going to call all the assists. We are going to aim to kill this thing. Now, you do not, I actually screw up here. I'm reapplying the burn. I'm pretty sure I am. Yes, I'm reapplying the burn when they already had the burn. I'm pretty sure I needed to wait a turn. I'm out of attacks for the day, so I can't verify this. But we got the burn on there again, and we're not landing target lock, which does suck. Now he's calling in the Rogue One, which is just an awesome ship. Now we're going to call in our B-Wing, which is now going to trigger our ultimate, but the ultimate doesn't do anything for us. So I'm actually not going to use it. I'm just going to triple attack because I want to put as much immediate damage directly on that Y-Wing. And spoiler alert, we do kill it. I'm also trying to AoE as much as possible because if we get lucky, I think we can kill that. Now, right there, I did not AoE because, again, target locked enemy. So, yeah, here we go. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. We're really fighting it. There we go. Y-Wing is out of the game. So they're going to do what they're going to do. They're still gunning down our tank. It's fine. We are now able to call in our next reinforcement. It's going to be Cassian or the Falcon. Between the two, if your target is open, you want the Falcon. Because when the Falcon comes in, it's going to cause the entire Rebel lineup to assist. And all those assists... Oh, he's also going to put Foresight on your entire team, which of course gives your Raven's Claw that bonus speed. So there we go. Look at that. Boom. Down goes the Outrider. And then we are able to take out... And I probably should have played this part rather differently. I focused on Phantom. I probably should have tried... Oh, no, I couldn't. I couldn't target him because he's untargetable, right? You cannot remove turn meter, so don't waste your time with the Raven's Claw's AoE. Right? Okay, we're going to go into stealth. We're going to lose the ghost. That's okay. And so I got not some of the best RNG, and this is where I think you can win. I think if I had had some B-Wing assists there, and I think perhaps if the AoE or the AI had a little bit less successful assist RNG, then I might have won. But that point is, it's RNG dependent, and I can't guarantee that that's going to win. So anyway, folks, there it is. Those are my tips for the day. Basically, Executor triple attacker is not that challenging, and that's the lineup you want right there. Right? I'm not going to go through that all again. Now, what about Negotiator? I don't know if you watched Arnold's video or have you seen anybody else do this yet, but Negotiator is just stupid easy. It doesn't really even matter the lineup you're using. Here, I'm using the traditional Home 1 post Profundity lineup, which is going to be Raven's Claw, Biggs, and Biston. And this was just so easy. We're going to call in the B-Wing. It's going to do a little AoE because I guess I basicked. Wow. Now we're going to do an ultimate, give everybody their turns back to back. If you apply the same Executor strategy here, you're going to win that much faster. But we're going to basic. It's gone. We're just going to come over here and call some assists, do the splat. And actually, this is a good opportunity to check that as well. Okay, so here we go. We are doing how much damage? 27 and 21. 27, 21. Remember, on its second attack, it gains critical damage up. So that should do more critical damage, and it should do 100% bonus damage. Okay, so 27, 26. And what happens on the second swipe? And Okay, we did get it right there. 30 instead of 26, and then bonus damage. So that one did work. I don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't, or maybe it's just a visual bug. Maybe it's not reporting it. I don't know why. But anyway, we're about to... See, we keep ignoring the taunt just like that because Raven's Claw, right? Ships with foresight ignore taunt. You need to pay attention to that. Okay, can we? Nope, can't do it yet. Okay, Biggs can apply target lock, which put foresight back on the claw. We're going to call on Cassian to remove the taunt anyway, and then we're just going to kill the Marauder. Goodbye. Yeah, you can actually full auto this depending on your lineup and your relic levels. Speaking of relic levels, you're probably curious, what are my relic levels? Let's cover that just so people don't say I was hiding something. No, I'm not. If you're going up against Executor, you're going up against high relic people anyway, right? I mean, it's almost always relic 9 anymore. Rebels. Where are my rebels? Here we are. So my what's his face? Drogon is a relic 8. I will be taking him to 9 shortly because I can. Falcon we didn't use. Cassian actually doesn't really matter what their relic levels are. You're just using it to call the assist, and you're using it sometimes as a reinforcement to clear the board. But if you are using it as a starting lineup, then you do want higher relics for speed and more offensive power, though he doesn't do much. Ghost, I have a good Phoenix squad. I love my Phoenix team. I really do. I think they're a fabulous team. So yeah, they're pretty good. Relic 7, 9 for the tank, and then 7 for Zeb, which was a Rise of the Territory War requirement. Beyond that, again, I like my Phoenix team. Phantom, which I don't remember if we used today, 7, 6, 7. Biston and Scarif Pathfinder are 7, 7. And then Raven's Claw is 8. Also probably going to go to a 9 due to this fleet. That said, if CG nerfs this, especially after the release and people putting money into it, it's going to just be very frustrating. Finally, I'm going to ask for 2 more things. 1, please, once again, like and subscribe. Please, a lot of crystals did die today to make this video. And 2, petition CG to update the skin of the new early mid-game meta fleet. Like, really? Why is the back of the ship looking clear and the front is so blurry? It doesn't give it an illusion of speed. It gives it it's blurry. It's ugly. This is like terrible. Do something, please, CG. Do something. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.